Hello, welcome to my Study 2 video. The technique I decided to explore this time was a type of stitch shibori called nui shibori, which is the process of stitching certain shapes and doing a resist that way. So this video is just going to be me walking you guys through my whole process and how I did everything. So I first started with a computer drawing of the shape that I wanted to do. The most common shape that people do is this flower because it's the most simple. So I just traced out my pattern on Illustrator and I created that into a swatch. Then I took that one drawing and turned it into a repeat in a hex formation, and I changed the spacing of the flowers to be 8 inches apart in both directions, and I just rearranged it until I liked how it sit on the document, and the document is the size of my fabric. So something I wanted to test also with this project is the fabric I picked was a very light chiffon, so I wanted to test if I folded the chiffon in half and stitched it as a double layer instead of just a single layer, if that would work as well, and if that would save me some time and be a more efficient way to do a stitch shibori, because everyone knows that is a very time consuming process. So I have just saved my file as an Adobe, and I'm just gonna panel it as a poster. So it's all just gonna print out as letter paper size, and yeah. Once all my pages are printed out, then I bring it back downstairs and I laid everything out in order to make sure it all matched up. And I just started taping it all together, matching up the lines and making sure the paper lay flat. Next, I needed to prep the fabric since chiffon is very not slippery, but does move around a lot, and since I was doing it double layered, so I just stitched the sides together and pinned it all down to the paper according to my predetermined borders, and now I'm just tracing out all the flowers onto my fabric. Once the flowers are all traced out, then it's time to start stitching. I had 12 full flowers and 3 half flowers to stitch out. So you can see I'm making pretty small stitches in order to get a really accurate shape, and I'm making sure to leave a long tail at the end. So yeah, once I remove the fabric off the paper, then I pull the tail that I made before, and I'm just wrapping it around that bubble that I made, which is the flower shape. So I'm resisting everything that's in the flower. So I start with the thread, but I didn't feel that was enough, so I added rubber bands as well. I just did 2 of these small black rubber bands, and yeah. Once the resist prep is done, then we can move on to the dyeing process, which you're all very familiar with. I started with doing just 4 dips, but this is near the end of the semester, so the vat was getting quite depleted. So I decided to do another 2, and I ended up with just 6 dips total. So after my 6 dips, I decided to just blow dry it first, just to check the color to make sure that I liked the way it was turning out, and just to make it easier to remove the stitches and the rubber bands as well. I already removed some to check it, but I didn't film that. just ignore it. But yeah, to reveal the design, I just removed the rubber bands and yeah, remove the stitching and see the finished product. This was not the best flower that I had, but yeah, obviously some turned out better than others. This one was a little frumpy, but yeah, this is me removing all of them. It came out pretty easily. Like, I wouldn't say there's any trouble with the stitching being too tight or anything. So this is me separating the two, and as you can see, the repeat worked out pretty well. So yeah, after that was done, I just had to iron everything flat. And yeah, here's the finished product. You can see some are more flower shaped than others. There's one or two that's missing a petal. I don't know what happened to that. But overall, I think I did really well. It turned out better than I expected. I wasn't really sure how well this would go because I tried many experimental stitch shibori or just shibori samples in general for the other sample book, and a lot of them did not turn out that well. So I didn't have super high hopes for this one, but yeah, it turned out pretty good in the end. I mean, it looks pretty floral from far away, but even up close, I think you know, the difference in all the different flowers gives it an organic look. It's not exactly symmetrical, but it's cohesive, you know. And that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Bye bye.